Okay, and welcome to another, I guess, episode of KidScoop Media Online. Today we have Jules Miller as our guest. She's a Trader Joe's employee and a first responder. So Ethan, why don't you start?
Okay. So hello and thank you for your time.
Really?
Did you want to wear a mask before the order from Mayor Garcetti came into effect?
You know, I kind of went back and forth about it a little bit. I didn't want to, I wanted to be smart, but I didn't want to be paranoid. So I was a little split, and then I was like, actually, yeah, because we're around hundreds of people a day. And while I'm not afraid, I don't want to be stupid either. So yeah, I kind of did want to wear a mask before our fantastic mayor said, you know what, y'all need to wear masks. So I was grateful when it came through, you know.
I have a follow-up. Was it an option?
Initially, no. And what Trader Joe's did, to the best of my understanding, which is not everything, but I have a good grasp of it, is that they were following the CDC. And they said, you know, at first, the CDC didn't say anything about gloves or masks or anything. So in the very early stages, they said, yeah, no masks, no gloves. And then a matter of days later, like no time at all, really, they were like, it's optional. You can wear gloves at the register if you want, and you can wear a mask if you want. And initially, I would say half of the crew did, and then eventually we all did. So. You know, now we just look like banditos cruising around with our bandanas over. We look like, you know, train robbers from the gold rush years. It's a trip.
I think you guys look pretty cool as you're in your bandanas. Gabby, what's your question?
How are you doing, like, with all of this, and how does it feel to be a hero?
Oh my God. It's weird. You know, I was going to work and hero is not anything that you ever put on your checklist of something you're going to be. And I've heard this a lot from people. Oh my God, you guys are heroes. I mean, I'm not in a hospital. I'm not like a doctor and like saving people's lives, but I don't negate the importance of what we do, because I see my customers that I haven't seen in a while, and like the recognition of seeing somebody that they know, and then the calm and the peace of it all, that when they come into the store and like all of their favorite products are there and everything is still really kind of great, then I feel the purpose behind it, if you will. So there are days, you know, it's like everything. There are times when I'm really like, whatever, it's cool, I just do my thing, I'm at Trader Joe's. And then there's other times where I'm like, I have to walk away from it because the energy is so intense, because nobody knows what's coming next. And there's fear. There's some fear out there, and you just got to kind of keep everything, you know, as peaceful as possible, because we're just afraid of the unknown. We're not afraid of what's happening in this moment, because in this moment we have it and we're good, but people don't know how to be in this moment. They're looking, you know, if what's going to come next, we don't know, and we should have done that. So they're either in the past or in the future, and they're really not present. So I try to keep that in mind, and I know that's how people deal with stuff. So I try to remember, you know, remind them as much as I can, is like, look, we're good and we've got this. And the label hero feels awkward because I don't feel like I'm doing anything other than what I just do, which is go to work. Right. But yet I also understand the service that I am providing, and I'm being really deliberate to stay up and bring levity, and you know, that we got to find the humor in stuff, and that's not to take away from what people are going through, because it's real and it's intense. But yeah, hero seems weird, but yet I kind of get it too. So hero's uncomfortable for me. But I definitely am serving humanity. So that feels great.
Great answer. Yes, follow up?
Yes. So you said there is fear. Are you
Yeah.
sensing fear from your customers, your fellow employees, and are you feeling any fear at all?
Yeah, fear from all of the above. You know, the fellow crew members were like, dudes, we're around hundreds of people a day. So it can be a little scary. And then also, I think people are getting more used to it now. What are we, a month in? But initially, like people that hadn't been out that first week, they walk up to Trader Joe's and they see a line to get into Trader Joe's, and they're like, like they're you know, there's like fear. It's almost like we're at war or we're food rationing, and oh my, and I'm not going to be able to feed my family, and the fear like drove everybody to the store in the very beginning. That's when they bought all the toilet paper and all that stuff that people, you know, we still have to ration out to people because everybody went nuts because apparently they were afraid of no toilet paper. But then they go, oh, it's just something new, and the energy is different because it's this virus thing, and it's potentially on everything. So everybody's got gloves on, everybody's got masks on, and we're standing 6 feet apart, and you know, all we really want to do is hug each other and give each other high fives, and oh my God, like to touch another human being, and to not be able to do that is just full on scary. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're a kid or you're my age or anywhere in between or older. It's weird and it's a little scary. And being out in it and just feeling that uncertainty from people where, you know, but yet I have a Trader Joe's t-shirt on, so I kind of feel like I have a little bit of responsibility to bring some sort of normalcy. So I think the fear is on both sides of the register, if you will.
May I ask a follow-up to that? How many customers are you guys allowing at a time?
Now, it's funny because you guys are catching me on my 6th day off. I took some time off because it got so intense that I was like, I need to, you know, find me again. But when I was there, I think they were keeping it down to 30 people in the store, not including crew. Okay. So that they could do the space. I call it dance space. I think it's much less offensive than social distancing. But yeah, to just allow everybody space, whether or not they take it, that's another story, but you know, we provide it.
Right.
You know, some people are better at it than others. Some people don't understand 6 feet, I guess. I don't know. So I walk around the store like this, and I sing the police song, don't stand so close to me.
Well, that song should be on a loop in the store.
I know, exactly. I'm like, we need to be playing that song every 15 minutes, you guys. You know.
Lilibet, what about you? What do you?
I was wondering if Trader Joe's is getting like the amount of stock that they would like during this time.
That's a great question. I would say that Trader Joe's is meeting the demands of our communities. So we are getting what's available. Okay. I know we were getting some chicken that we're not going to be getting anymore because the facility where we got that chicken because of COVID-19 is not going to be operational until further notice. So then that is going to not be, you know, available. But they're looking for another resource for that particular kind of chicken. So I would say that we're getting, last time I was there, you know, like 95%, you know, but every day is new. Like, we don't know what tomorrow holds. Well, it's like with anything, but now it's like really visceral and really in our face. Like, don't know what tomorrow's going to be. Don't know what we're going to get. We know what we're ordering, and we are back to ordering. For a minute there, we weren't really ordering. We were just receiving what TJ's had, and they would distribute everything evenly in the region so that it was fair for all neighborhoods. Right. As opposed to we write an order, like I write an order. I write the salads and the wraps and all of that kind of stuff. And for, I don't know, a good 2 weeks there, we weren't writing the orders in the store. We were just receiving what they had. Mm-hmm. So it's changed, but we still have like a ton of stuff. Yeah. So that line that everybody sees outside of Trader Joe's, it's not because of like scarcity. It's because of distance.
It's because you're only allowing 30 people at a time.
That's right.
Where normally it would be
so we can take
100 people at a time, probably, right?
Yeah, you know, a busy day. I mean, God, it's super crowded in our store.
Right. Ethan, you got one?
Yeah. So Trader Joe's is known to be a friendly, warm environment. Do you feel that is still present?
I think more than ever. At least from my part, you know, I mean, listen, I would have bounced weeks ago if I worked at Ralph's or like Vaughn's or one of the big stores. And I have to say, our customers are fantastic. And then we've been getting like emails sent into the office about how great the crew is and how wonderful everybody is, and that we really bring a sense of like normalcy, and we still have a sense of humor. And, you know, I still ask, did you find everything you need? Do you need anything you didn't find? Or, you know, that kind of stuff. And, you know, Trader Joe's is customer first. Like, customers are the most important thing. When I clock in, it's all about you guys, right? It's all about whoever's in front of me, and I'm kind of like that even before I clock in, but and I think it's one of the reasons I've been at TJ's for so long. I've been there for 12 years. And I think that we have a real big sense of responsibility to keep things as light as possible without disrespecting the weight of what's happening. Like, we're really aware, and we're aware of it from being on the front lines, right? From that point of view. But it's also that, like, we're bringing normalcy to people. That's a big part of it. And Trader Joe's, you know, at this point is not just shopping. We're now an outing because there's not a lot for other people to do. Mm-hmm. So I'm noticing that people are like jumping in line to come to Trader Joe's because they're getting cabin fever.
It seems like Trader Joe's taking a cut in sales by limiting the amount of people.
You know, I don't know. I know we had a boost in sales in that initial 2 weeks where it was like unheard of. But then because of the lines, and there were product that was not available, I think that they dipped way down. And now I feel like it feels like we're finding our equilibrium. And that's me not knowing the numbers over the last 6 days. And in this environment, a day is a lifetime. Everything changes in a day. I mean, just turn on the news, which I try not to do. You know,
right.
You know.
Yeah. Gabby, what do you got?
During this pandemic, how has the positions in the store changed?
Okay, well, that's great. So we now have, so at Trader Joe's normally, or before, because what's normal anymore? Before, you were either working product or you were working on the customer side of things, which was, you know, ringing people up, that kind of thing. And now we've got people that work product and the people that are working customers. And then we also have people outside on like crowd control. So we've got somebody saying how many people can come into the store at once, somebody wiping down all of the carts with like disinfectants, and somebody wiping down all of the baskets. And then we're also handing out like parking vouchers, because now you can stay an extra longer with our parking lot in particular. They give you an extra hour, that kind of thing. So we have taken on the responsibility of keeping everything clean. And everybody's like, oh my God, that's so nice for you. And I'm like, I'm going to be honest, we're doing it for us, man. I don't want your COVID handprints all over our stuff, you know. And so you know, I mean, we do it for the customers obviously, but we're keeping it safe for us because again, we're around hundreds of people every single day. So we really have taken it to heart about wiping everything down, making sure it's clean. We wipe down in between customers, and it's slow, but we're open. You know what I mean? And that's the goal, is to stay open.
Lilibet.
Are there certain times like when it's like way less busy or like way more busy than normal, or is it just like kind of average?
Before this, yes. And since this, no. And again, I don't know what it's like in the last week. So, and because people say, well, you know, it's an hour and a half now to wait in line before you even get in. Is there any time during the day when it's not as busy? And I'm like, we don't know, because there's no more after work crowd. There's no more lunch rush of everybody coming in on their lunch break, because people aren't working in buildings. People are working from home. And what's the difference between today and Sunday? You know, so we're looking for a rhythm. We don't have one. We used to. You know, we knew that like Monday was very busy. Sunday was very busy. You know, between 11 and 2 was busy because that was the lunch rush, you know, and Tuesdays was the farmer's market. So people would go to farmer's market and then come to us and get all of their shopping done at once. So we don't have that rhythm anymore. We don't have that specificity. So we're looking for it. And I think it's starting to get into a rhythm. I mean, people are starting to go, all right, this is our weekend. We may be working from home, but now we're not working. We're home, but we're not working. So, you know, the last Sunday that I worked was very busy, and the line was an hour and a half to get in. But it was also the week before Easter and Passover. So that's just a big week anyways, right? So we'll see. I go back tomorrow morning. Maybe you guys do a follow-up with me. I'll let Michelle know, and she'll let you guys know, that's for sure. But yeah, no, that's one of the things that we're all kind of wishing for. I wish we had something to mark things with, just because we're so used to doing it.
I just approach it like I'm in line at Disneyland for Space Mountain or something.
I know, right? Exactly.
Ethan, I think you're next.
Okay. Let's see.
Wait, did I get that right?
Can people still bring in their own bags?
Great question. We're strongly suggesting against it, and here's the way that we handle it. If you bring in your bags, Sir Ethan, and you absolutely want to use them, so here's what we're going to do. We've created a distance between you and the checkout, right? So you need to wait about 6 feet away from the register, right? And what will happen is I'll ring everything up, and then when it's all rung up, and if you're adamant about needing to use your bags, then I will step away and I will invite you to come and bag your own groceries. Trader Joe's won't touch your bags anymore. What we've been asking people to do is, if you really need to use your own bags, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna ring everything up and I'm put everything back in the cart, and then you and your now paid for groceries and your bags will leave the store, and you can bag your own groceries at your car. It's safer that way, and it's quicker that way. We don't even want to put outside bags on the countertop.
Wow.
And because of that, Trader Joe's no longer charging for their paper bags. We were, as of a year and a half ago, I guess, we were charging like 10 cents a bag, and we are not doing that until further notice. So to your viewers, for now, just be cool with not bringing your own bags. It's safer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are the customers handling the products less?
God, I wish. One of the jobs that I've been doing is kind of walking the line, letting everybody know what's going to happen, why there's a line, if we're out of any product, all of that kind of stuff, right? And one of the things that we've requested is that, especially with produce, if you guys go to all of the mound of avocados, right? Check it out with your eyes, right? Look at it with your eyes and then make a decision with your eyes which avocado you're going to get and buy the one you grab. Because what's been happening and what we're used to doing, we're just so used to just doing whatever, is like going through all of the avocados and getting the one at the bottom, which I guarantee you is not that big of a difference from the one at the top. But people just get into like autopilot mode and they just do whatever they want. It's no big deal. And they're not thinking that we're trying to contain a virus. Don't flip and touch everything. Buy the thing you touch and be done with it. So I try to stay calm. It doesn't always work. It's like, there's no need, but they're like, oh, this one is a little soft and this one is a little hard and I want the one that's just right. I'm like, there's a pandemic, buy the freaking avocado and be done with it. You know, so I have to really check myself in that. So that's a great question. No, they're not. They're starting to. And I'll see how it is when I get back.
Lilybeth, I think you're next.
Like, is the staff like still like restocking all the shelves and all, like while the customers are still in the store?
Yes, and that's another reason why we're limiting the amount of people in the store, so that while we're in the aisles stocking, you know, your fruit leathers and all of that stuff, that we don't have customers. Like, they need to have space between us as crew members as well. Like, just because I wear a Trader Joe's shirt doesn't mean that I'm immune. Like, don't come up near me. And, you know, it's just like, so we're really having to communicate with each other and be like, excuse me, darling, can I reach around? And I'll be like, right, let me get out of the way. And then you can come in and touch what you need to touch and get what you need to get. So, yeah, we're still loading product all day, every day on the shelves. And because Trader Joe's, let me just add this so you guys know, Trader Joe's is a truck to shelf store. Okay, so Trader Joe's are not massive stores, so we don't have massive storerooms either. So everything comes off of the truck and most of it goes right up on the shelf. So there's nothing being stashed in the back, relatively nothing. A couple of things, you know, some produce and some, you know, we have cold items and things like that. But generally speaking, and that has not changed about us. We get 5 trucks a day, 7 days a week. All of our products are super fresh. It's coming in. But yeah, so that is still happening while people are in the store.
Have you noticed any product that's not selling like it used to?
The fresh stuff, the fresh salads and the wraps and the soups and all of that. I think that people freaked out and they want bulk items. They want pasta, they want rice, they want peanut butter, they want, you know, stuff that they can freeze. And like, there's still this stockpiling mentality. There's still a little bit of fear, right? Where I have to, what if something goes wrong? I'm like, well, something already went wrong and we're handling it, right? And here it is. So just get what you need and go home. That's just it. So yeah, the fresh salads have not been selling as well as they used to. And again, because of our location, we served a big lunch crowd. We don't have a lunch crowd anymore. So those items are not selling. And what happens with those items is, or with all of our items, we donate them to a homeless shelter. So they are not going to waste. It is getting eaten. So that's nice.
That's great. I think Ethan's next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have paid sick leave that you are satisfied with?
Great question. Yeah, Trader Joe's does it a little differently. It's not called sick leave, but we accrue money every pay period that doesn't come out of our check, that Trader Joe's gives us. And then we can take it if we need it. But they don't really call it sick leave. They are absolutely taking care of us, I feel, during this whole thing. And if anybody needs to take time away, Trader Joe's is very fair, and they're very cool about making sure that we are good. If anybody doesn't feel well, specifically with the COVID issues, we need to let them know, and they are totally taking care of us. I feel very confident about what our company is doing for us. I can't say enough good stuff about Trader Joe's, really. I mean, they're figuring it out as we go as well. But you know, I mean, TJ's is usually ahead of the curve. Like, you know, they're talking about the minimum wage being like $15 an hour, right? Trader Joe's was on that 2 years ago to start. So again, I have nothing but respect for the way that they are handling this. And this is my opinion. I'm sure that there are people that have a different opinion about it, but I'm happy they're taking care of us, you know?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Gabby.
Does your store have adequate cleaning supplies to sanitize the store with?
You know, we're really good at improvising. So we initially, we didn't know what we were going to need, right? I mean, nobody knew that it was going to start, because basically we went from whatever to there was a line on a Sunday morning, and we were like, whoa, okay. So we just kind of dropped in very intuitively, and we were like, we're going to limit the amount of people that are in here at once. And that was to kind of avoid anything like a Black Friday situation where people are storming the doors at Trader Joe's. We were like, no, we're not going to do that. So we somehow just intuitively thought to line people up and have them come in periodically, you know, just so that it never got too chaotic. Remind me the question again, sweetie, because I got on a little tangent.
The store have adequate cleaning supplies?
Right. Thank you. And so once we started understanding the enormity of the issue and that we needed to keep everything clean, we had plenty, and then it started kind of running out. And so we started using like back of house product, like the cleaning supplies that we would use on like for the demo station, and all of we had stuff in the store. We didn't realize that that's what we were going to be using it for. So we started using other products to make sure that everything was still sanitary and safe and all of that. But we do have it. We had to ration it at one point. It got a little sparse, but yeah, sure do. And we're grateful for it. That's for sure.
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Lilybeth?
Do you think some of the way Trader Joe's does things will permanently change due to the coronavirus?
Ooh. I feel like, how can it not? I think we're all forever changed. Every single human being on the planet. But I don't know what that looks like. I would like to think that we're going to get rid of the masks soon. I hate them, but I understand that they are important, and I wear one. I'm, you know, I mean, yeah, I think everybody's going to start washing their hands a whole lot more consistently. We're not going to have to be reminded about it. You know, your parents aren't going to have to remind you to wash your hands anymore, man. You know, I started washing my hands so much that my hands got so dry, and now I had to start doing lotion. I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, because our consciousness has changed. Our way of life has been changed. So yeah, I would assume that this would change things. I don't know how that's going to look though.
Or if the tasting area will come back. The demo.
Yeah, I would imagine that's gone for probably, this is just off the top of my head, I would say that's gone for a good year.
Yeah.
To see if we get back to a time before, you know, where as a company they feel as a company that they feel confident about it. And I know they will not do anything unless they are 100% secure about it. Now, if we do have the tasting area back, the sample area, the demo station is what it's called. I would imagine that the safety guidelines around that would be so stringent after this. But you know, who knows? Nobody knows what the heck's going to be from one day to the next.
Ethan?
Are kids still going out to shop with their parents?
Great question. Not as much. Some of them. I've seen, well, you know, and of course it also depends on, you know, the time too, because maybe now, because it's more like a spring break time right now, I'll see some more kids there, but I saw a family in there last time I was in the store. It was a woman and her 3 kids, and they were in there and hung out in line and did that whole thing. But generally not as much. I'm definitely noticing that it's less. It's less than what it was before, just because the kids that come in with their parents during the day are little kids, right? Because they're not in school. So they're young kids. They're, you know, they're preschool. It's before school. So I would imagine that moms are not bringing the little ones out to a COVID world as much as they can, you know?
Yeah, follow up, Ethan? Yep.
Yeah. So are the kids, and I'm also interested especially in the little kids, are they wearing masks or gloves to protect themselves?
I've seen 2 kids with masks. Like somebody made this little dude a little Spider-Man mask, and he was kind of into it, you know, so that was kind of cool. And then also I've seen not at all. But again, this was, you know, I haven't been there for 6 days, but I don't know what it's like now. I mean, I went into a gas station and I had to pay for gas and get lottery tickets, because wouldn't that be great if I didn't have to work? So I got lottery, and there was a sign on the door. It said no mask, no service. And I believe Garcetti has said that stores can absolutely refuse service if you're not wearing a mask. I don't know if Trader Joe's has done that yet. I'll see when I get there tomorrow morning. I'm actually kind of excited to go see how it's all going on.
Is this normal? Have 6 days off, or is it because of the
No, I took it off. It's because of everything that was going. It was getting really kind of heavy and a lot, and I was noticing that I was drained more than normal at the end of a day, and I needed me time again. And you know, the beginning of this I think was the most intense time of this, and so
yeah,
because you know, it was thrust upon us. It was thrust upon everybody. Yeah. But you know, all my friends are like, oh yeah, totally, let's take a master class and we'll all learn to I'm like, but what time? I don't have time to take a master class. I would love that. Are you kidding me? To get like time off of work? So my friends asked me, they're like, well, what do you need? What do you need? I'm like, I need 2 weeks paid vacation. That's what I need. Right. You know, so I would love to have some downtime away from school and work and chill with my dogs and plant my garden and all that stuff that I love to do. And I'm like, no. Yeah. I got to go to work. So I took 6 days off, and I took an online guitar class and hung out with my dogs, you know, all that cool stuff. So yeah, I took it off specifically to rejuvenate myself, to go back on the front lines, you know.
Gabby, what do you?
In your free time, are you journaling about this experience?
Not specific. You know what? It's interesting. It's not really a journaling thing, but I wrote a piece. It's called In Line at Trader Joe's. and I posted it on Facebook, and I got a really good response with it. So,
I read that piece, and that's why I asked you if you'd like us if we could interview you, because I was really touched by that.
thank you. It's I was definitely called to do it. I don't know, something. I just like, it was like I had to get it out of me, and I'm definitely being informed in my other life by my experience with people in line at Trader Joe's, right? I'm really witnessing human nature and how it all manifests for different people. And like it's very interesting to watch really machismo guys be scared and downplay it. Like they don't want anybody to know they're scared, so they become very almost aggressive. And
Interesting.
and so I again, it's informing me that everyone is handling this the best way they can, and it's not always good.
Right.
They don't always handle it the best way that I think we could, but I think it's changing us as a species to learn how to deal with our fears and our anxieties and our stresses and all of that. So I wouldn't say that I have put pen to paper to journal specifically about this, but I think it's going to inform what I do right, because I do right. I thought about taking that one piece of in line at Trader Joe's and maybe doing some sort of a piece or an ongoing thing through the COVID-19 crisis, and maybe a blog or called In Line at Trader Joe's, and I'll just keep giving updates about stuff. I don't know. We'll see. It's an idea. I certainly have thought about it.
Yeah, they were this question was inspired by your bio.
Right on.
Yeah, that you're an actor, writer, director. Lilybet, do you have another question?
Yeah. So you were saying that like fresh items weren't selling as well. So is Trader Joe's still like getting the same amount of fresh items, or have they decreased in the amount?
No, we've decreased. We cut that order way down just because initially we were like, keep it up because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to be. And again, we're not wasting it. It does go to a great cause, and we donate the food, but yeah, we've cut that way back. And it's cool because what we've then, instead of having a bunch of salads and wraps and soups and, pre-made pasta dishes, now we have a lot more fresh vegetables, is what people seem to be buying, which is kind of great. Initially everybody was getting like rice and pasta, and I'm like, you guys, we're going to be sitting on the couch. This is probably not what we should be eating, and I figure we're all either going to be like, like beauty pageant contestants out of this, or obese, one of the two. when we come outdoors, we're either going to look great because that's all we've been doing is working out, or we're going to be massive because all we've been doing is eating pasta and rice.
Did you, I think, so are there any more questions, or, okay.
Oh, Ethan's got a lot. Look at Ethan. Go, man.
Okay. So let's see. After Mayor Garcetti made the order that one has to wear a mask, did Trader Joe's provide any masks to you?
So yes, they did. They had one box of the paper masks, and then I believe they also got in the just like the cotton masks, which were, I wear glasses, and with a mask on, first thing that happens is my glasses get fogged up, and I'm like, all right, this is not happening. So I used the paper mask. And so they did provide stuff. Now, as from what I understand, I think that they were going to try and do something with like a Trader Joe's logo with like, who knows, a hibiscus flower on it or whatever. So yeah, they are providing masks for us. And again, as much as they can, the supplies aren't there. I believe that we're working with like local industries to get some of those masks, like a lot of, independent artists and folks that just make clothing and stuff like that have re-geared and started making masks. So, they are giving us stuff and they are giving us options. I like the paper ones just for breathability, and I also wear my bandana and like put a paper towel behind it or something,
Yeah.
And I try to be outside as much as they will let me be. I want to be outside. I want to be able to take my 6 feet.
Yeah.
And I just like being outside. Even if it's raining, I don't care. I'll be outside, man.
Did anybody else have a question? Yep, Gabby?
Do you take extra precautions when you come home from work to be sure you're safe?
Brilliant question. Yes, I do. So when I get home, I take everything out of my pockets, like my wallet and my phone and all this other, whatever I've got in my pockets. I wipe everything down. I put it on my desk. I go stand over by the washing machine. I take everything off and I throw it straight in the washing machine, and I jump in the shower before I say hello to my dogs or hello to my wife or anything. And I'm like, yeah, I've never been so clean in my life. I am showering every single day. And it's kind of nice because that's where I unwind in the shower. I just like let the hot water and just like get back into, I am safe, I am supported, I am home, I have a nice hot shower to go to. I am grateful for all of the blessings in my life, and I've got a lot of them. I've got great friends. I've got my health. Thank you, God. I've got my health. I am well. I am well. I am well. So everything else is icing after that. If you look at, the scary in the world, especially living in Los Angeles, we've got the space. We can take the space. We have our cars. I got up this morning at like 7:00 and I went and I drove up to PCH, and I just found a place to just look at the ocean and just remember there's still a lot of beauty in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Ethan.
A follow-up to that. You take off your clothes and shower immediately, but has the store said, oh yeah, you have to do that? Or yeah.
No, that's just me. And frankly, my wife, she's like, nope, get that stuff off. And we're leaving our shoes outside because I heard somebody say that like it'll last on your shoes for like, I don't know, 5 days or whatever. I'm like, great. So now I've got indoor shoes and outdoor shoes. I've got my slippers in the house and I don't take them out. And then if I'm wearing, the shoes that I wear to work don't come in the house. So yeah, but no, TJ's never said you should do this. They never like made it law or anything. I'm sure they don't disagree with it, but
Ethan?
A second follow-up to that, if Trader Joe's hasn't like said you have to do that, then are you concerned that possibly your fellow employees are not taking enough steps to protect themselves and maybe bringing in the virus or just the sickness to work?
I honestly am not concerned about that. I feel like if I was, then I wouldn't go to work. And it's no different if the crew members aren't doing it or if the customers aren't doing it. And I'm sure the customers are not doing it. And I'm a big believer in I will attract what I focus on. So if I'm focused on the fear of my crew members not, making sure that they're throwing everything in the washer machine when they get home and they come home with, COVID covered clothing or whatever. I mean, at that point, look, if they've got COVID on their clothes, then that means it's in the store. Right? So yeah. What are you going to do? So I just, I take care of me and I just get that I'm protected. Universe has my back, and I'm really smart about stuff, and I take my space, and I wear my mask, and I don't fear it, because I've seen it happen too many times in my life where the thing that I am the most afraid of happens. I'm like, oh, right. So the fear is the key is to don't be afraid of it. Don't look in the direction that you don't want to go. It's like riding a bike. If you're on a trail and you're riding a bike and there's a tree up ahead of you on that trail, even if your bike is pointed in that direction, if you're looking at that tree, I guarantee you're going to hit it. Right? So don't look where you don't want to go. Only look where you want to go. And I want to go to a party, and I want to hang out with my friends, and I want to be able to hug my customers, and I want to be able to, go to a concert this summer and go see Harry Potter in concert at the Hollywood Bowl, and all of the goofy stuff that I love to do, and all of that. So that's what I really try to focus on. I'm pretty diligent about not getting caught up in the fear of it. I do, but then I go, no, it's not serving me or others. Go back to almost go back to the happy place.
Does anybody else have any questions? Lilybeth?
How has the coronavirus affected the amount that you would communicate with fellow crew members and staff?
We are all a lot more deliberate to check in with each other to see how you're doing. It's like, how you doing? You good? Do you need some space? Do you need some time? Can I help you? And I think it's doing in the store kind of what it's doing worldwide, in that we're all checking in with each other to see how we're doing. It's been like, are you okay? How's your family? Because a lot of my crewmates have kids, and like, how are you doing? That you still have to be here and you got kids at home. So I feel like I think it's bringing people together, and that's happening in the store as well. And that's, I think, ultimately a really, really good thing. I think we have to. Mother Earth needs us to. And I think that's what's happening.
Yeah. Is that it, or does anybody? Yes, Gabby?
When are senior shopping times?
What's that now? Oh, the senior shopping times. Fantastic. So we started about 3 weeks ago that senior citizens, which is 60 and above, and folks with special needs, and first responders. So, fire, police, pharmacists, folks that work in hospitals, from 8 to 9 every day, 7 days a week. They get in that first hour in the morning, and there is still even a line with the senior line, but yeah, they do have a special time.
Great. Ethan?
Is Trader Joe's encouraging you to get tested for this virus?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
And I don't think that they will unless they see a need. And that's not real easy in LA right now.
Well, Culver City has been hosting free testing for people.
Okay.
They've had 2
Yeah,
days.
I haven't, and again, I've been away from it for a minute or two, but yeah, I'm sure that, look, I'm not concerned that they're gonna handle it with anything but the utmost care. So yeah, I trust them. I really do.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I trust me. If I need to get tested, I'm gonna go get tested. I don't need a boss to tell me, or a company to tell me you should go get tested. I'm like, no, it's me. I'm the most important person in my life, because if I'm not taking care of me, then I'm not taking care of anybody else either, and that's not good. So,
Right.
I'm not going to wait for them to create the need. I'm the need. I'm the most important person, so that I can continue to do what I do. you know, because it's like anything. It's like in the plane, right? On an airplane, they say put your mask on first before you assist somebody else. I have to perpetually always put my own mask on. I have to take care of me first. So if for any reason I think that there's a need to get tested, I'll get tested, but it's not, I don't feel like it's, I'm not going to be stupid, but I'm not going to look at that tree, man. I don't want to hit it.
Well, thank you so much. Is there anything that we didn't ask that you'd like to mention?
No, I want to thank you guys for thinking of me. I loved your questions. I thought you guys were great. I like your background. I was like, I want to go up to the mountains with
She's in Yosemite.
I know, that's so awesome. I was like, oh, and then I realized you can totally do that. But no, I thought your guys' questions were great. Be safe and keep looking in the direction that you guys want to go. And if you're ever in Culver City, come and see me at Trader Joe's. I'd love to see you guys.
Great. Well, thank you so much for taking the time.
Absolutely. Thank you guys.
And I'll probably see you tomorrow.
Right on. That's great.
All right.
I appreciate that. Take it easy, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Scoopers. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.